this is a Chamber Cornerstone show. And normally we would be at Alliance High School in the studio, or we would be at the Chamber of Commerce. But Nate Sheen and his team here at Astoria allowed us to come on site to do this program today. So we're going to talk to Nate about his team here at Astoria and his operation that he has here going at Astoria. Nate, where are you from?
I'm from Alliance.
You lived in Alliance your entire life.
Yes.
Once upon a time, you went to school.
I did.
And you were homeschooled.
I was homeschooled.
And we talked a little bit about, before the show started, about how you may not have enjoyed that a whole lot.
No, I didn't.
Okay. So after your homeschooling process, what did Nate do?
I ended up going to the Alliance Career Center.
And you studied?
I studied information technology.
Why information technology, Nate?
I heard there's a lot of money in it.
Okay. And your teacher was?
Dale Fay.
What'd you enjoy about taking those classes?
I just really enjoyed being with Dale.
Okay.
We did a lot of really neat projects.
Okay.
And got into a lot of just things I'd never seen before. Like I played with computers at home, and he just really taught me and introduced me to all sorts of new things that I had never seen.
And that program, if I'm correct, would have been a 9-month program.
Correct.
In the adult career education program,
Yes.
correct? Graduated from that.
Yes.
Then what for Nate Sheen?
So I went to work with somebody I met because of Dale, because
Okay.
he brought in different industry experts.
Okay.
And I hit it off with one of the guys, and he says, well, when you're done, if you want to come work for me, come work for me. And so I
Okay.
went and worked for him. And they had a computer store here in Alliance.
Okay.
And then we did security cameras. And
Okay.
so I did that and did various roles in that company for a couple of years.
Security cameras.
Yeah.
All right. You're kind of smiling right now.
Yeah.
All right. So do you enjoy that type of work?
I smile because they were good memories.
Okay.
The running of the cables and the hanging of the cameras is hard work,
Okay.
so I don't necessarily miss that world. Yeah.
But it's a necessary evil.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So I know a lot about that, and it's still a part of my world.
Okay.
I manage a lot of projects similar in that world. I understand the struggles that people go through in that world, and so I enjoy the memories, not so much the work anymore.
When you talk about that, Nate, you know, you're candid about the fact that there are struggles.
Yes.
There are struggles. You're going to have to deal with them. There's problems you're going to have to solve. Now, we are at Astoria. We're on the corner of Sawberg and Glamorgan.
Yeah.
What is Astoria?
Astoria, well, I love to tell you what Astoria means. It means like a hawk.
Okay.
And I just love that imagery. Hawks are aggressively protective of
Okay.
their nests.
Okay.
And so we said, well, if we're going to protect people's IT infrastructure
Okay.
from hackers,
Okay.
from bad things, we're going to protect your network.
That would
like a
never
hawk.
happen in America, right? That
Hackers
would never
every
happen in America.
Single day. Don't go to Vegas right now.
Okay.
So it's a bad.
Every day. Every day.
Yeah.
So you've been at this for how long?
It'll be 8 years here.
And you've been in this same location?
We moved here in 21.
Okay. So you've been here for a few years.
Yeah.
How's it going?
I think it's going pretty great. We got a wonderful team, wonderful community here in Alliance.
How did Nate Sheen and Astoria get involved with the Chamber of Commerce?
So about 6 months after I started the business, I knew the Chamber of Commerce was there, and I called it up and said, I want to join.
Okay.
And so went over and joined the Chamber of Commerce, and it's been one of the best groups I've been a part of.
So it's been beneficial to you.
Oh, absolutely.
Are you on one of the committees there at the Chamber?
I run the Tuesday morning tip club.
Okay.
I think I'm on the marketing committee. I don't know.
Okay.
So I help with some of that stuff and pretty much help wherever they will have me around there.
Okay.
But I would say like being a part of the tip club on Tuesday morning, we write 5 figures every single year because of just that 1 hour every Tuesday.
Now, so that's very beneficial.
Yes.
Tip Club stands for what? What's that really mean in simple language?
Just tip club is about giving people tips.
Okay, ideas.
Here's an idea. So-and-so's opening a new business down the road. You should go to this workshop.
Okay.
You should meet so-and-so. I've got a great vendor for you on
Okay.
that issue you're dealing with. And I've met lots of business owners, nonprofit organizations through that, and made some of the best friends I have in this community because of that tip club.
You're satisfied with operations here at this time.
Yes.
Why? Why are you satisfied with the way life is going on for Astoria here at this location?
It's a great place to be.
Okay.
And Alliance is a great place to be.
Okay.
It's a great community. At Astoria, we're about uplifting people, and it's something
Okay.
we get to do every single day. And it's something that we get to help the nonprofits in the community do through the work that we do. We get to help the businesses we serve be better and be less stressed because of what we do. And we just continue to grow because of that mission.
Now, I can speak firsthand on that. Yesterday, I had the opportunity to come and visit Astoria for the first time. Never having been here before, met this wonderful gentleman we're going to talk to. I was in a hurry. We had to look at the location. We had to decide where we were going to shoot this, where we were going to film this from today. Welcomed me with open arms. Didn't look at me like, who's this person coming in here? I don't know if you told them I was coming or not.
I didn't know you were coming.
But they were very, very courteous, very, very well prepared. And that's great for business. Now, who's the gentleman to your right?
This is our operations director, Matt Schleef.
And how did you meet Matt?
He responded to a job posting on Facebook.
Okay. Pass the mic over to Matt. We're coming back to you at the end. We close the show. Matt, where are you from?
I'm from Salem, Ohio.
Salem, Ohio. So you met this gentleman who's from Alliance, Ohio, and you developed a common connection, correct?
Yeah.
At Salem, what did you do?
At Salem, are we talking about school? Or
School, high school.
School was, I was only actually at Salem for up into 8th grade.
Okay.
And then we moved out to Beaver Local.
Beaver Local, down the road just a piece, a little bit north of East Liverpool.
Right.
And at Beaver Local, Matt Schleef did what?
Focused mainly on teaching I was looking at. So just going through school, was heavily involved in band.
Okay.
And was doing the teaching program there.
Okay.
So.
You're talking about being a musician. Did you know he was a musician? Yeah. You allowed him to come in your company, and he's a musician. This is good. So what instrument do you play?
I play trumpet.
And how many years have you played the trumpet?
I played trumpet from 5th grade up to my first year of college.
Okay. Are you semi-retired?
Yeah, I'd have to say I am.
Do you know where your horn is?
I do, actually.
Have you taken your horn out ever and played it a little bit?
3 days ago.
3 days ago.
Yeah.
And what inspired you to bust out the trumpet and play it for a little bit?
It was there, and it was the first time my son had seen it. So I was like, let's see if I still got chops. And unfortunately, I don't.
Your son heard you for the first time, correct?
I think so. He was
how old was your son?
16 months.
16 months. Did he grimace in pain or did he laugh and giggle?
I think he went to go play with some trucks.
Okay. Now, after you finished your days at Beaver Local, then what for Matt Schleef?
I kind of bounced around a lot. I worked for Walmart. I did a few years actually working for a vet clinic.
Okay.
Which was some very fun times in my life.
Okay.
And then started getting into technology when I worked for an internet service provider, but I was climbing towers.
Okay.
So I'd go up 200-300 feet for that job. So I wanted to get more on the ground. That's about when I ran into Nate.
Climbing towers. Need to know more about that.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So what's that really like?
It was interesting. I was more comfortable up on the 300-foot tower than I was on the 80-foot grain silo.
Okay.
But we were a internet service provider, so I would spend some of my time climbing and some time crawling underneath trailers to run wires.
Having said that, did you enjoy that?
There was definitely some aspects I enjoyed. It was great learning, and it was you can't beat the view.
Okay. Now, having said that, you're on ground.
Yes.
Do you go up in towers today, or are you basically stationed on ground?
Try to stay on the ground, but there are occasions I got to get up and work.
You came to Astoria. Has it been what you thought it would be?
No, it's been a lot more.
Okay.
It's I was not expecting to be where I am today when I took this job, and to be as ingrained as I am with the community and with Astoria.
Now, I got to ask this question because if I don't ask the question, the viewing audience is going to call me and ask me, well, what's it like working for this young man?
I can honestly say that Nate's been the best boss I've had.
Okay.
And if any of my past employers see that, I'm sorry. But
it is what it is. You got to tell
it
the
is
truth.
what it is. I don't think I've ever met an employer who's more welcoming and more supportive of his employees, and that we can in turn take that to our clients.
So that actually carried over in passing yesterday because, me showing up on your doorstep, you showed me the same hospitality that Nate would to anybody else, and that's a great thing. That kind of builds the team aspect. Your official title here is?
I am the director of operations.
And that means what in your world?
Basically I oversee the team, the operations of everything. It's from the sale, then it comes to my team where we make sure that everything gets done.
Okay.
And I just make sure it all happens.
Has it been an enjoyable experience for you?
I would say it has. It's obviously it's not without its stresses,
Okay.
but ultimately it's kind of amazing to see things that we've helped build come to life.
Now, as we close your portion of the show, can't leave you off the hot seat. All right, I want you to give some advice. There's a young person sitting in Beaver Local High School. All right, they may not see this show, but one never knows. All right, they find out about the show. They get to see a copy of the show. They get to see a recording, whatever the case may be. So you get to give that Beaver Local High School student some advice. The advice is, why should they go into this kind of work in today's world?
It's always changing. There are infinite opportunities, and it's for everybody. There is no true discrimination.
And what I'm hearing you say is that the world of technology and the things that you do are not going to go away. They're going to be here. They're going to change, just like you said, but they're not going to go away. So it's not like, older people like myself and older people that are older than me, they can't wish these things away. They're going to be with us for the rest of your lives and the rest of my life. So therefore, this is a great way to stay in tune and stay focused with the world today, correct?
Absolutely.
All right, now, Matt, if you pass that back over to the boss, I'm going to let him close it. I got to give you a few closing questions here, Nate. You're satisfied with the way the company's going. How many employees do you have?
So there's 5 of us here.
Okay. And are all 5 of you here at the same time?
We're very hybrid.
Okay.
So we have the office space as a great landing place, and then
Okay.
some work from home. And,
Okay.
tomorrow I'm going to work from home because
Okay.
my daughter's preschool is doing some remodeling.
Okay.
And so that's one of the great aspects about what we do.
Okay.
We can kind of work from anywhere, and it's a lot of fun.
And you like that type of work, correct?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Does your team identify with that type of work?
I really believe that they do. They enjoy kind of having the camaraderie of coming into the office for maybe special training days, or sometimes just coming in and being able to concentrate and get away from all of the distractions of home. But then when they need to, they can be home and still work.
Your next to last question. I know you're waiting for the last one so you can move on with work today, but I got to give you your next to last question. In your world of work, having adequate technology is critical.
Yes.
Do you have it?
I do.
All right. Does the company have it?
We do.
And how do you stay ahead of the game with that technology?
I think it's really a team and collaboration effort, not only listening to what everybody else is seeing and what's coming down,
Okay.
but listening to the greater industry and peers and what
Okay.
they're seeing. What's good technology? What's something to stay away from right now?
Okay.
I think it's just continuing having a conversation and working together to be able to invest in the right things.
So you give that advice to people that you're working with, especially with those people at the chamber group and maybe in that tip group too.
Yeah, I would say, there's a lot of flashy things, and maybe this, cool new thing makes a different whir, whiz bang, makes something over there that doesn't really make it better for you. Sometimes you got to really take and evaluate what it is. But sometimes you do need to invest in the better technology because it's less efficient to continue to fix the old.
Now, in closing, your last question. You get to give some advice too.
Great.
All right. You get to give some advice to a student who's in college. All right. You got those collegiate people who have been there for X number of years. They're coming out the door whenever they come out the door, whether they graduate after 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, or don't finish. Why should a recent college graduate consider doing this kind of work in the future?
I think it's very fulfilling. It's an opportunity to really contribute to the world,
Okay.
because it just surrounds us, and it's something, if you love learning, you will always be learning in technology. If you love collaborating with other people, if you love having a really neat and fun community to be around, technology people are the fun people to be around, because we have all the fun toys
Yeah.
and we get to play with all the new things before anybody else.
Nate, I'd like to thank you for taking time from your busy day. And I'd also like to thank you for allowing us to come to your site location here at Astoria. What is the address here again?
This is 950 South Sawburg.
950 South Sawburg, on the corner of Sawburg and Glamorgan. This is a Chamber Cornerstone show. It was great to have these gentlemen representing Astoria on our show today. And I'm sure if you're around the Carnation City, you're going to hear more about Astoria in the near future. Thanks again. Stay tuned. There'll be more outstanding programs on Spectrum Channel 1022 in the very near future.